Yeah. Hi there, everyone. I'm Slowpool or Nick, the host for this Expanse TTRPG, Churn and Burn. Um, so, without further interlude, I will start with other characters. Adam Ali.
Hi, my name is Adam Ali. My pronouns are he, him. I'm known on the internet at Werewolf Feels on most internet. I'm playing Cyrus Fayez, who is an Earther captain. His pronouns are also he, him, and well, he's got some secrets because I love secrets.
And
Thank you very much. We have Ulfrig.
hello, I go by Ulfrig online. My pronouns are she and they. I am playing Indy, whose pronouns are they, them. They are a Martian cargo master / security person.
Excellent. Then we have Hicks.
Heyo, my name is Hicks. My pronouns are he, him. Tonight, I will be playing Barnes, who also has he, him pronouns. He is a belter fixer who originally is believed to have been from Earth, but somehow got stuck in space and he has no idea what he's doing with his life anymore. Fun
Excellent.
times for everybody.
Great. And lastly, we have Amani.
Hi everyone, I'm Imani. I am pronouns are she, her. I am playing Kamiko, who is also she, her. She is a pilot, and she may or may not have run away from home. The details are a little on what happened.
Great. And yeah, so a little bit about our game. We are, of course, viewer influenced with rewards. So biddies, donations, subs, etc., will be rewarded. So biddy donations, I believe, are rerolls. Then I believe subs and donations are influences on the game outcomes, minor or major, based on the sliding scale on donations. You can affect the churn via direct donation. The churn is when things go upside down, left is right, up is down, black is white, and things go wrong or
I
horribly.
make my life hard.
Yeah. Right. Subscriptions are stunts. Yes. Something to do with stunts. I didn't quite catch that. I'm sorry.
6-point stunts.
6-point stunts, right. They automatically succeed on a stunt. Yes, that is it. Okay, so starting off, we have here the noble or ignoble crew, based on your perception of them, of the independent Earth contracting shipping line Quick Trip, working on the frigate Aurora. You are based for a Earth Corporation out of Ceres Station, which is where we begin the story, as your manager has calmed you all to come into the office, down to the office adjacent to the docks, for your next contract. So this is where we'll start our story, essentially in the rather dingy waiting room of Quick Trip Holdings Limited, where you are greeted by the most grating music possible, beige walls, obviously fake plants that are still somehow dying, and a clearly bored secretary filing her nails.
I am late. Kamiko, no matter what happens, Kamiko is late to this meeting by at least 25 minutes.
25.
When
Fayez is on military time, always early.
Yeah.
Yep. 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late.
You are blessed to be graced with my presence.
I do show up on time, but admittedly, I look probably very tired.
Mm-hmm.
Indy also rocks up about 5 minutes early just to make sure everything's going proper.
You can't leave without me, so Miko doesn't care. Nothing can fly the ship. It's true. And you all know it.
All right, so as Kamiko finally arrives, fashionably late,
Drinking a Starbucks or whatever space Starbucks is.
She brought enough for all of us.
like bowl of noodles from the commissary or whatever. No, the secretary pages the office. Mr. Knowles, everyone's now here in to see you from Aurora. He goes, finally, all right, send him in. And you turn to you, Mr. Knowles will see you now. Just the most grating, nasally, nails on chalkboard voice. Just matches this entire office. So you enter in his room, and of course, there's not enough chairs for everybody, because why would there be?
That's fine. Indy will stand by the door. Just keep an eye on things from there.
And sitting behind the desk is Miles Knowles, who is your boss, for lack of a better word. Middle manager who got promoted directly to the level of his incompetence out of Earth. He is a well past his prime, balding, gray hair man who obviously far too much enjoys the little power he has in mid-management for this company. He's grumbling, typing on his data pad, taking notes, etc., whatever it is he actually does here, which you doubt is work, because you hear the chime of a gambling app from his tablet. He says, well, it's about time. All right, listen up. We have a important express courier chartered by, who's chartering it? CPM. Apparently they're buying up a load of Star Helix's old equipment or some such, excess pants and clip-on ties and what have you. And apparently, because no one's gotten their act together, they need an express delivery. So we got the contract. Perks of being the lowest bidder.
Do you really think that? Sorry. Do you really think that we would ask to do a contract for clip-on ties and socks? I mean, it's got to be something serious.
Hey, their credit's cash, so we got the bid.
They are aware that, or you are, I should say, that our ship is, well, I would not describe her as an express courier necessarily.
Hey, now.
No offense, she's sturdy as hell, and I love her to pieces, and I'll love her until she falls to pieces, but...
I mean, she's not that sturdy.
That's okay, because we got signed on for the hard burn package. So you guys you guys are covered on fuel costs to get there, and there is, of course, an early delivery fee, which you'll never make.
I glare at him. I am unimpressed.
Like the early delivery fee, he basically swipes you all the contract to your tablets, and the early delivery fee is in 2 days, and it's quite literally a 4-day trip at hard burn. You'd have to put it up to 12G burn and show up dead to make it on that time. So you're not getting your early bonus. That's
rude.
Yeah.
This is some nonsense.
The joys of being independent contractors.
You neglected to inform us where we're picking this stuff up and what we're going.
So, of course. It's currently being assembled at the docks for you outside the ship. You're in loading bay 13C, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that's where it is. Anyways, it's being loaded up for you, and you're going to Eros Station.
Eros?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where they want it.
Oh, dang.
Apparently,
Ties and pillows, apparently.
Apparently, yeah, they got a new CPM contract going out there, and... Sorry, something happening outside. Yeah, there's a new CPM contract, and they need all this extra gear for the new officers and what have you. Apparently, they didn't order enough uniforms for everybody. So, yeah, part of their new CEO's fourth quarterly rollout plan to increase stock dividends for owners or some such nonsense. It doesn't matter. We're getting paid.
How many extra kilos we hauling?
Oh God, where is it? Somewhere on here. You were hauling 12 cargo crates at, what is that?
Math.
100 kilos apiece.
It's a lot of clip-on ties.
Listen, it's probably belts and boots and all that sort of fun stuff that they like to pack heavy on too much. Anyways, you don't have to worry because you're not in charge of loading or unloading. And by the by, they also added in a standard NDA and all that sort of stuff.
Let me check. So the standard NDA, because we signed this before, so we would already know this.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can't know what the cargo is, or we cannot share that we are transporting this cargo?
Both.
I've probably broken that several times.
As
Ask
far
me no
as
questions and I will tell
yeah.
you no lies.
yeah, as far as you, it's like, what are you transporting? Nothing. Where are you going? Nowhere.
That's about right.
That's the rules for this one. And anyways, yeah, you should have another contract waiting for you on Arrows when you get there. It's going to take you what, 5 days probably to get there, and yeah, should have something beamed over to you by then. It might even be out of Arrows. You could be lucky. Who knows? It's never out of Arrows.
It's never out of Arrows.
Never out of Arrows.
I wouldn't want it if it was out of Arrows, let's be honest. I wouldn't trust it.
Don't even want to go there in the first place, but evidently we have to go.
So, anyways, that's it. That's it. So, yeah, if you hurry, you might get that early bonus.
On a scale of 1 to 10, if I open that box, I won't tell anyone what's in the box, but like to make sure it's not live kitten.
Don't open the box.
I mean,
What if it's live kittens?
It's not live kittens. Don't open the
I
box.
don't think Star Helix would send live kittens, but even if they did, it's none of our business. We're getting
I wouldn't
paid.
tell anyone, but like,
Okay, Kamiko, that's enough.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
you'd be
'cause one way or another,
violating
you're
your
not opening
contract,
the
and if they
box.
found out, we'd have to fire you.
I wouldn't tell anyone.
All right, that's enough.
Yeah, yep,
We
yep.
got
It
it.
was just hypothetical. It was just hypothetical.
Kamiko,
I
let's
walk over
go.
to the office and I like press the button to open the door, and we're going. We're going. Come on.
All right,
What an
so
office pet.
fortunately for
time.
you, it's not too long of a trip down to the docks. You're about one stop away on the transport on the mag rail.
On the
Where
way
it's
there, I
typical.
want
You guys notice that there's a relative quiet to the normal hustle and bustle. Things have gotten really kind of on edge on series lately after the Canterbury was blown up. Water rations have increased again, and there's a lot of anti-Martian sentiment going along, and things have just been overall just a powder keg. So for the most part, it's a little bit of a relief for you to be leaving the station. And as you make your way to the berth, you notice that there is a group of rather large, burly dockhands loading the crates onto the ship. And they are quite heavily inked up, more so than even the usual dockhands that you are used to dealing with. If anyone would care to make a check on this, you can let me know.
I actually have some questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Before we left the office, were there by chance like any particular pastries or anything like that?
There was probably like a bowl of like semi-petrified hard candy on like the secretary's desk.
Oh, no donuts?
No, there's definitely, but there's like some possibly like they maybe were once mints, like when they were bought 8 years ago.
Well, I mean, before I left, I took like just a handful of these petrified mints, stuffed them in my pocket, because yeah, that's what. That's
There
what I'm
is
gonna do.
coffee, but of course it's like
No, we're on water rations. More likely than not, it's not even coffee. It's like tar.
This is an Earther. This is an Earther company.
yeah.
They're
Mm.
not on water rations.
I mean they are, but not that bad yet.
Yeah.
But you know that even on the best of times, to say that their coffee is comparable to gas station coffee is to really hype up how good gas station coffee is.
I mean, one way or another, yeah.
True
You're
story. Ulfrig loves gas station coffee.
I guess
You're pretty sure you could use this to strip paint.
I only drink Starbucks.
One way or another, I'm gonna walk up to one of these dock workers and just hand him some candy because I can't.
They just kind of like stare at you and like shove past you and just like basically talk shit about you in Belter Creole. They're really, really not friendly.
Can I
Fair
roll
enough.
that perception check?
Absolutely.
Miko wants to do something, but I'll do it after.
Yeah. Oops.
Or rather, Kamiko wants some information.
I'm messing things up. Yeah, go for it. Roll.
I did.
Let me just see here. I don't have the right windows open. Ignore that. That's me just being silly. Success. All right. So, did you roll? Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I believe this means that I have. If I succeed, I can actually use a stunt for this, can't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you've gained stunt points for social interactions
Nice.
that you can use in the future for social stunts. Yeah, so you notice that these guys have like hardcore OPA tats, not just like the normal. Because most dock workers, at least have something like a little, like a neck piece or an elbow piece or something like that. But these guys are just fully inked up with like not just OPA but Griga's tats. And the Grigas are the guys who they're the hardcore gangsters. They're the people who use the OPA to do bad shit because they can. And
They're the
it's
ones
funny
voting up.
because usually the Grigas are the ones who are shaking you down for docking fees when you land or leave. But these guys are just doing a job. So this is all quite curious.
They're loading our ship, my
Yes.
ship, with stuff.
Yeah. Can I spend some stunt points on this?
Absolutely. What stunt were you looking at?
So I was wondering, can I use some investigation stunts? Because it seems like that's what I'm trying to do.
Sure.
I would like to get core aha. The GM reveals an additional useful fact about the object of your test per SP spent. Gain +1 per SP spent to your next test, following up on the lead you just unlocked.
Sure.
So I'm going to spend 2 and unlock 2 different leads.
Okay. So you notice that these guys, while their tattoos are all different, the one similarity that they have is that they all are part of the same, basically, the same tribe. So despite being, so it's relatively organized even for OPA Rodriguez, because usually the OPA, because Anderson Dawes is in charge of the docks.
Oh, yeah.
And usually Dawes has his guys in charge, not the Grigas. But the Grigas are totally in charge of this one. And secondly, these boxes actually have like, most of them have security seals on them, like tamper-proof sealing, which is weird for, clothing and surplus equipment and stuff like that. And also, judging by how many of them it's taking to load it, they're definitely over 100 kilos each.
Someone's lying to us.
Yeah, it's taking at least 3 or 4 of them to move a crate. And for something that's 100 kilos, it's seems a lot for 4 people to struggle to move.
Hmm.
100 kilos is about 220 pounds for those of you in freedom units.
Freedom
Thank
units.
you.
Thank you.
No
Wrong
problem.
units. Wrong is what we call them.
So it's about the size of an adult person.
About
So
the
it
size of an
could be
adult
a
man.
box of a lot of kittens.
I mean,
It could be a lot of kittens in there.
yeah, but I don't think they put the security seal on kittens. My thing.
Well, I'm saying kittens as code. So Kamiko's saying kittens the way someone says says there's no body in the trunk. What are you talking about?
Look at that trunk. You could fit like 3
Yeah,
and
like
a half
that. You
bodies
can totally
in
put like 3
there.
bodies back there. Like, isn't that so weird?
I walk up to the Grigas and I say, "It's taking too long. Here, let me help you." And I start trying to pick up boxes as well, or helping them out with one.
They kind of somewhat gently like stop you and it's like, hold up there, boss man, we got this, eh? These sensitive documentations got a lot of regulations. Is that okay?
Okay.
Do you know that they're most likely under strict orders not to let anyone else touch these or handle them?
Mm-hmm.
So within short order, these crates are loaded onto your ship and secured down, and the rest of them kind of like start to relax a little bit and they're joking with each other and they're walking off. And like the biggest, meanest looking one who's clearly in charge walks up to you and says, "Hey, boss man, all done here."
I make a weird sound. Miko makes a weird sound at not being addressed as the person in charge. Because it's my ship,
Well, he's probably got like a captain's pin, right?
but it's still
Yeah.
my ship that you just put the stuff on. Like, pretend for a second that I have some sort of authority in this situation.
I'm going to say in Space Creole that I appreciate their efforts.
And he's like, "Ah, no problem." He's like, "Be seeing you soon, Ron, yeah?"
Well, we don't know when we'll be landing here again.
All willing, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Kamiko has a question. Who
Yes.
is the least offensive looking one out of the group of people?
They're burly dock workers covered in tattoos.
They're burly gangsters
my type.
pretending to
Yeah.
be dock workers.
Listen, had you not seen Gangster? Had you not seen what's that show with Peaky Blinders? They could be the least offensive looking. It could be
No.
attractive.
No.
It's hard because all of them kind of look like, you know,
Tom
they
Hardy and
all have-
Bronson.
They all have, yeah, they all they look like Bronson. Yeah, Charlie Bronson. Kind of.
No, I specifically said Tom Hardy playing Bronson. It's different.
No, they look like the real Bronson.
God damn it.
Wow.
I'm visibly disappointed.
Maybe some of them look like Action Bronson, but
Like you all like the 3 of you can all see the wheels turning in Kamiko's head, and she like considers the people in front of her and the poor life choices that she could make.
It's fine.
it's like, oh yeah, one more thing there, boss man, is no strict orders, no peeking in the boxes. Yeah, we got the tape on them. It's strict violation of the contract. And according to the contract, you could incur severe penalties. Bad for the health, what I hear.
I'm going to say in Space Creole, par for the course then.
He's basically he kind of laughs and says, he's like, smart man.
Ask me no questions and I will tell you no lies.
He's like the religious ones say, hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. So best be dumb, mute, and quiet.
Sure.
Well, we're not going to get stuffed. We're not going to get shit moved. Staying in the station. So let's get a move on. Come on.
Yeah, I'm already walking towards the ship, and I'm gonna check on my personal terminal. Any like cool information about CPM? And by cool, I mean, is there anything that would indicate this is not from CPM?
Well, the CPM already doesn't have the best reputation because they're another private security corporation, much like Star Helix.
Yeah.
Their unofficial title is carne por la machina, which is meat for the machine. Which kind of gives you an indication of how they treat both the people they're quote unquote protecting and their own employees. They traditionally hire mean people to do mean things to people who can't stop them. It's basically how they run their security. But you need mean people to run a place like Aero Station anyways.
See, okay. There's no. Nico's just sad. He's visibly sad.
I am concerned.
Yeah.
But it's the way it goes.
Indy's going to be the last one on the ship and is going to make sure these folks are far around the corner before immediately looking in that cargo hold to see if everything's secured properly and they didn't leave us no surprises behind.
So you do a cursory inspection and like surprisingly everything's pretty well strapped down and secured. You tighten a few straps down, make sure give everything just a quick double check once over, and it's all relatively secured. Like they might have missed tensioning one or two straps properly, but overall it looks like at least some of them probably worked on the docks at some point and knew what they were doing. So, and of course you didn't find any stowaways or recording devices or any such stuff.
I make my way to my chair and my home. One place where people respect me.
Cool.
I will just head to engineering to make sure that everything's going to start up just fine.
Mm-hmm. So you head towards the core and do your pre-flight checks and get everything spun up for your departure. And everyone sort of does their whole. You guys are all pretty well experienced with what to do before departure. You get your pre-flight checks done, make sure everything's strapped down and secured, and strap yourselves in for departure.
So as we're departing, Kamiko's gonna be like, she's gonna have like a pre-flight, like the the pilot has like that little speech about arms and legs inside of the plane holder. We'll be back in a jiffy. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please keep them to yourself. If you're in any sort of mortal danger, please say red. If you're uncomfortable, please say yellow. If you're all good, please keep it to a green. If not, I am
so glad I am in engineering because Kamiko cannot see me rolling my eyes.
The average temperature outside the ship is a brisk negative 200 degrees Celsius with a slight solar crosswinds.
Yeah, I screw in.
It should be a smooth flight from here to Eros. No, Eros.
Yeah, Eros.
Yeah.
No, she's saying Eros. Yeah, no, Eros. Like she's like sure. With our box full of kittens. Please remember to feed the animals in the hold and do not let them escape.
I screw in that like a little foam earbud a bit tighter to block out some noise.
And you get your communication from Ceres docking controls. Like, this is Ceres docking to Aurora. You are cleared for departure. Please remember to avoid any docking arms that are currently deployed.
And 4. And as we're pulling out, Kamiko plays whatever the space equivalent of back and black is.
Now I'm really rolling my eyes.
But I'm playing it through the entire sound system. So not only can
That's
you
why
hear it
I'm
in the ship, you can hear it outside of the ship.
Andy's rocking to it. So they're in their couch, but they're just tapping their toes, yeah. It's like good
The
shit.
things I put up with.
And
All
we're
right.
off.
So you do your slow reverse out, and then do a was it ATK, ass over TCAT, a little turn, and start your burn towards Arrow Station. So you got enough additional fuel and your costs covered to do a probable, I believe it's a 7 or 8G hard burn, and you basically doing the quick calculations in the computer, which should give you about 4 days and 4 days and 10 hours or so to reach Arrow Station. So it's a little bit.
Cutting it close.
So you're not going to make your early delivery, but that was.
We already knew we weren't.
You don't know until you try.
Please do not try.
I'd rather we don't try. I would like to make it to Eros alive.
Yeah, especially you.
The agreement.
So you flip on the autopilot and you say, well, got about 5 days to kill now. Other than doing routine maintenance on your ship, you guys have a little bit of time to kill. So what would you like to do in the meantime?
Like what is it in general that I do during my off time?
You have some downtime right now for whatever activities you would like to do, or investigations you would like to do, or anything else, any ship modifications or repairs, etc., etc.
I mean, the ship is in about as much of a state as it's gonna be. I'm not that concerned about it.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna spend most of my time at my bunk wailing in my punching bag.
Is there an equivalent of space stock market?
Stonks.
GME is still being squeezed right now.
Kamiko trying to save money for a tiny little drop ship as opposed to this ugly freighter. So she's playing the stock market to
Oh yeah, you can totally view the exchange. I mean, the problem is that because of the delay, you're basically limited to after-hour trading if you do anything right now. But yeah, you can do space stonks.
Yep.
I'm going to send a message to my mother, basically telling her that I'm going from cities to Eros. It's a quick trip. I'm kind of hinting that it's a high burn thing. And I'm going to go down and check that cargo. Is there any identifying markers on it? Anything that might relate what's inside?
Indy is waiting for you outside the cargo bay door, by the way. They just look at you and say, my money's on weapons, the bad kind.
So if the both of you would like to sort of do an investigation into this, you can go for that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a smart play.
I've got a searching focus. I'm going to hope that applies.
Absolutely applies.
Ooh, and a terrible roll.
I shall.
So it's okay with your bonuses.
It's okay with the bonuses, yeah.
Yeah.
Should I roll perception, right? Just confirm that.
Yep, perception. Nice.
That's a good roll.
That's a good roll. Actually, 3 there. Cool. Do that, and then one more of those. Just keep track of something you don't have to. Don't worry about it. I'm just keeping track of something that you don't have to worry about. Absolutely, no need to worry about it. So yeah, so you notice that despite this apparently coming from Star Helix, there's absolutely no markings on any of the boxes at all. Like they've been purposely like sprayed over, or it's not even sprayed over, but like scraped off. Other than like the tamper seals. But you do notice one thing in searching is that on one of the boxes, they didn't put tamper seals on the bottom seal.
How do they work? I mean, I'm not there, so I don't know.
So
Well, that
basically,
just
like,
seemed.
imagine like a giant cardboard box. You can open it from the top, or you can flip it over and open it from the bottom.
Well, that
And
just seems sloppy.
And apparently, they forgot to put a seal on one of them.
You want to risk it?
Up to you, boss.
It's not only my ass, it's all of our asses.
If it were me, I'd be leaving one of them open as a trap for the sucker who thought they'd open it with some sort of camera or something even nastier in there, depending on how much I wanted the rest of the stuff to arrive. On the other hand, I'd sure like to know what we've got several thousand kilos of in our hull.
Okay, willing to risk it. One of us should stand back. Probably you.
All right.
Hey, it was my idea. And I try and flip the box over and I crack it open.
So it is a struggle for you to tip this over.
Mhm.
Eventually you get it pushed over. You know you're probably gonna need help at least to right it back up. But you grab a crowbar or whatever it is and pop the seal on it. And because of how it's packed, just an absolute pile of Star Helix riot gear comes just tumbling out of it.
Wonder how good their inventory was. I wouldn't mind have some of these toys for my own to play with. You catch my drift, Captain?
Somehow I think they were extra careful with counting how many of. Why would they need this much riot gear?
That's my question, too. Eros is tough, but it ain't got that tough.
Yeah, I mean, comparatively, it's.
Also, I just got to say, CPM aren't the kind of man that I want to see wearing this and coming at me, you know?
Still, it's our job.
I don't know if any of you would like to make sort of a knowledge roll.
I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, it's the ship.
It's my ship. And
You probably also heard a giant clang coming from the cargo room.
I will come to investigate the giant plane that came from the cargo room and pretend to be shocked when I see that they've opened the box.
I am shocked. Shocked.
This is my shocked and surprise face. Can't you tell?
Yeah, and you just see them standing over just a pile of riot gear.
Yeah, if I could use my security focus and roll with that.
Absolutely.
Sweet. All right. So many numbers that aren't added for me. Oh gosh. 6, 9, 12. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, and I think I get 2 stunt points.
Yep.
Yes.
You get
Stunt
excellent.
points.
I think.
Know that
Ah.
CPM already has enough riot gear for all of the officers and then some on Aero Station. So this is essentially enough gear to outfit another several dozen, if not over 200 additional officers or personnel on the station. This is enough for a small private army.
Hey, boss, I think we want to land, drop, and burn.
Does Kamiko know what's happened? Like, besides the Canterbury going up in flames, any other recent events?
Funny you should mention that, because as you're just kind of staying over this, you hear your ship communicator ping with a wideband communication.
Hmm.
So if you want to go check that out,
I will press the button to make it play in the hall, in the
So
corridor hall.
it's basically a wide cast like news alert, and then it's because it's sent to basically anybody who it's related to, and because you're in the shipping industry, and it's about the Martian flagship Donager being blown up by OPA terrorists.
Good
Shit.
lord.
And now
God
that
damn, am I glad we're not on series.
yeah, but you know that the Martians are going to be extremely unhappy about this, and that your path crosses a couple Martian shipping lanes.
So, as a Martian, does Kamiko know what the Donager was?
The
Indy
Donager,
sure as shit does.
yeah, the Donager
So,
was the flagship of the
No, sorry,
Martian.
I know this in real life. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
Kamiko would definitely know. Like,
Okay.
it is like widespread knowledge what the Donager is,
Okay.
and it's basically just like they just blew up the biggest, strongest, toughest ship in the known galaxy.
The most
Yeah, sure, I'll take
advanced.
one.
They blew up the Starship
There's enough for
Enterprise.
another one
Is
Yeah.
what they
if you
blew
die.
up.
Honestly, it's not that unhealthy.
I wonder if Kamiko knows any interesting secrets about this.
So first Phoebe and the Canterbury, and now the Donager?
Yeah,
And we're
What
hauling
on-
a bunch of armor to Eros.
you're hauling a ton of unregistered, potentially illegal to transport objects to the Donager.
Okay. How does talent work? How do talent work? Just in an end game question.
Sorry, just messaging
No,
from
it's
my
okay.
roommates. Actually, that's a good question. I've completely just now it's just
I
completely out of my-
have the talent of intrigue. You are a master of secrets,
Mhm.
and I am also a Martian.
So talents work basically as modifiers to your abilities. So if you have a talent for something, it means that you can use that as a sort of bonus towards checks involving anything with that. So if you have a talent for intrigue, anything sort of related to rooting it out or sniffing it or creating it, you get to apply whatever the relational bonuses for those skill checks.
Okay. And I know that the people who not star, sorry, I'm
CPM?
bad. CPM,
Hmm.
they have a legitimate front, right?
Yeah.
And this stuff is in this box belongs to Star Labs.
Star Helix. Yeah.
Star Helix.
Both of which are Earther companies.
How likely do we think, and I'm asking this to my fellow crewmates, that Star Helix is aware that this stuff is missing?
Honestly, they might have something else to worry about. I'm thinking though that this was legitimate. It's just that if we are to get caught, Star Helix has a. Qu'est-ce que c'est? You know, they don't know, so they don't know.
Plausible deniability.
Ah, yeah. Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
I always just called it the fine art of CYA covering your ass.
So
Valid.
do you want to make an intrigue check?
Yes.
Yes.
And so that would be Focus Business because they're a company.
Yeah.
That was a reach on my end, but thank you for taking that. Well, I got 2 1s. I mean, it didn't go well, but
One stun point.
I got 1 stump.
So 10 is enough. So you know that an organization like Star Helix does not lose their entire inventory like their entire inventory of riot gear that's under lock and key and security and
Mm-hmm.
all this bureaucratic red tape does not just walk off on its own.
So Kamiko's going to assume, and she's going to say this out loud, that Star Helix gave, like she's speculating the way you speculate out loud, that Star Helix was not publicly robbed, but privately traded this stuff to, I forgot the other people.
Yeah, CPM.
CPM. I don't know why I keep forgetting CPM. It's because something's going to or is happening on Eros. That is probably not good for anyone given the amount of weapons currently in our ship.
Well, there's, luckily or unluckily for you, there's actually no weapons. It's all just the armor.
Or given the amount of gear. So, like, as a general human being, you don't pack that much riot gear unless you're planning for a riot.
Or you're planning for situations like blockades or quarantines or, well, there's a long list, but situations where public unrest is to be expected.
Pacification is the word that comes to my mind.
Yeah, the question is why?
Who died?
There's nothing special about Eros.
No, I mean, but like, look.
Well, the Canterbury died. Are they expecting water riots?
Not this much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am but a simple pilot who knows nothing about anything. But hypothetically, Mars has taken a hit. The Belters has technically taken a hit with the Canterbury and the lack of water.
The Canterbury itself was an Earth. The Canterbury itself was an Earther ship.
Right. So basically, the only people who had not currently had the shit beat out of them recently are either Earth, I point to the stuff on the ground, or the Martians, not Martians, or the Belters pointed to the OPA. So this is for one of those two sets of people. So, I mean, this is hypothetical. This is just I don't know anything. I'm speculating out loud. Do not listen to me, and Kamiko will wander away.
As a quick aside, Hicks, would Barnes be watching like the internet or anything like that?
Yeah, he went ahead, took a break.
So he would probably be plugged into stuff on Sirius Station, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
just to see what's going on, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been about a day or so since you guys left, and you hear them all like arguing and talking upstairs, making a bunch of noise as you're watching the internet, and you get like a sort of breaking news out of Sirius Station, and you get the feed, like the homemade video feed of a bunch of Grigas basically stapling a Star Helix cop to a wall with a bolt gun.
Oh, God.
And they go, remember the cunt. And then he says, I'll be seeing you later, Sirius Station.
All things considering at this point, I'm going to head up to the cargo hold where everyone else is. And I'm going to say, guys, I think we're about to get into some deep shit.
Kamiko has left.
I think we all agree about that one, Haas.
Yeah,
you walk in and there's just a bunch of Reich. You're just all over the floor.
Actually, I'm going to actually like point at that and go, who opened up one of the fucking boxes?
Not important. It's open. We know what's in there.
Let's not point fingers.
I stand up and just shove another like suit of riot armor back down into the box.
Here, I got it. I know how to pack these. Gosh. So You commission folk don't actually know how to do any of the real work, let me tell you.
Oh.
Oh.
Officers won't work.
I was never an officer. I was an actual Marine. And more importantly, look, all of you Martians rely upon your fancy tech. Some
We ain't
of us,
afraid of hard work. Oh.
Some of us have to use ourselves. And it's like it's very clearly a joke.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean, the point remains though, they're freaking stapling people to walls. Come on, there's about to be it,
Shit's about to break bad.
Well,
I'm going back
which
to
is
my
like
pilot seat.
the understatement of the century. But yeah,
so reading a little bit more about this riot that happened on series not too long ago, you notice there's a distinct lack of riot gear for the Star Helix officers, including the one who got nailed to a wall.
someone wanted this to happen. Someone at Star Helix wanted this to happen. They don't lose this much stuff.
No, Kamiko's
Yeah,
lost
they
this
did.
weekend. Looking for speculation for herself.
so on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly are we going to get blamed for this?
Well,
Probably not at all.
we got some extra security tape in the back. Don't know it'll match entirely, but it's also possible they just sealed it that way over at the other end.
No. What the implication that because all of these people are basically going to be horrifically victimized because a group of delivery people didn't show up with their riot gear.
Barnes, it's not our this right here is the one from series. It's the one that these people don't have. And we're taking
Gotcha.
Teros. We're not responsible for the cargo. We're responsible.
Someone robbed them in series and is taking it to Arrows.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Had it backwards.
Had it backwards. Yeah.
I had it backwards.
My point is, as long as we keep quiet about involvement, we're not in too much trouble. But as to the amount of shit we're in, probably somewhere between neck and eyes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. And I open a line up to Kamiko. Kamiko, the moment you get a chance, 0G, so we can put this thing where we're supposed to keep it.
What?
Easier that way. When as soon as you feel capable, turn off the thrusters so we can put this away properly. And I'm referring to the box. Like I'm pointing to the box, even though she can't see me.
Kamiko will put the car in slow down mode.
In neutral.
Yeah, you basically have to you can basically drop to like a half G burn, like do a slow deceleration to a half G
I
burn.
haven't fully stopped. I'm not floating in space like an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm moving very slowly.
Yeah. Well, slow relative because I'm not going to go into. I promise I'm not going to go into the math.
Please don't go to the.
I'm not going to go into the math. You
slow relative to the speed I was previously going.
You slow down enough that your relative velocity makes it so that the package is only at like 0.7 or 0.5 Gs, which makes it considerably easier to move without being into a fractional low G environment where things become dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Don't nerd out. Don't nerd out. Don't nerd out.
Just keep it.
I feel like we're all going to be fighting that at some point.
Yeah. So yeah, you do that, and it's easier for you to get the box flipped back over to the right end, seal it up with your own security tape, so it's not really noticeable that you got into it. And then you need to make a decision now. You can put it up to a hard burn. Sip some soak up some juice, put into a really hard burn, and try and get there a day or two earlier.
We can try it.
And get this out of there so you can get the hell out of Dodge and be done with this, or just keep on with your current normal burn speed.
Miko wants to try it, but she was told earlier that she's not allowed to.
With either option, what are our options for getting out of there with quickest refueling and all of that? Big burn's going to take even more fuel than we were planning.
Yeah, that's the downside. If you are conservative with your fuel, you can basically just dump the cargo and leave, and most likely find a closer station to refuel at. With a hard burn, you'll get there earlier, but you will have to stop and wait for fuel up before you leave. You generally only take enough fuel that you need to reach your destination anyways.
Wait, where?
So
Well, Captain, you want my vote? I vote we get there a little slower, but we'd be ready to move. Worst place you can be in a firefight's pinned down.
We're going to Ceres, right?
yes.
Arrows.
Arrows.
Oh no, yeah,
Arrows.
we're
Okay,
going
we
to
came from
Arrows.
Ceres. I'm looking at a map. Sorry, I'm looking at a map, and I was just confused for a moment. I don't see arrows.
All right. Yeah, I think we.
It could be because Eros doesn't exist on that map anymore.
Oh, okay.
True story.
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert!
Oops.
With all due respect, as much as I don't want to be pinned down, I think moving faster might be the better solution.
You got it, boss. I'll go put an extra couple straps on that cargo for us.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we keep one? Miko asked over the comm.
No,
I'd
we
like
can't.
to as well.
Just one, just in case, as an emergency. The one that they didn't feel properly. They won't notice. We'll just drop it off real fast and leave real fast.
Uh-huh. Sure. Keep that in mind once we arrive closer, huh? I think I need to like dead drop some information, typing some information to my mother again.
Mhm.
Now is not the time.
It is. Trust me, it is. Specifically stating that CPM is arming up for a ride on a grand scale on Arrows.
Yeah. You can probably do a typing message out. Definitely an encoded message would be hard to send. So you guys are going to have to prepare for a extra hard burn, which means that you all get to strap in and enjoy a nice cocktail of drugs, essentially. High G drugs. Because you're going to be accelerating from 1G to 10G.
Very good.
All right, folks, time to become some human slushies. Let's get pumped up.
Yeah, be fun. Kamiko's really excited about this entire endeavor.
Okay, so I need all of you to roll me some Constitution checks.
Yes, we
Sounds
can.
legit.
Okay.
My constitution. I mean, I know what I mean.
Hopefully I roll better than I have. Okay.
11,
Oh,
10,
Oh,
got a 12 there.
4, and 5.
Wait, does that mean I get 3 more stunt points?
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
get 3 stun points, but you only roll a 5 on your check.
I know, but I get 3 more stunt points, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so if you rolled a 10 or higher, as you know the drugs pump into you, it feels like your heart is literally going to explode out of your chest because it's pumping, so your blood's pumping so hard and everything. And you know, Kamiko basically puts it into overdrive and just hits the go button, and all of you feel like your eyes are suddenly down in the heels of your feet as the ship makes its slow lumbering acceleration to 10G. And in a word,
Immediately passes that.
in a word, it sucks. Once you hit 8G, it starts to become extremely uncomfortable. 9G, it feels like you might die. And 10G, you feel like you have already died, and this is just excess suffering in hell.
Kamiko passed out somewhere around 6 Gs. Like she just like gave into she didn't fight it. She just like let it happen.
Actually, I'm doing some rolls.
Oh, okay. How badly do I shoot before I pass out?
I feel like Indy and Cyrus are both doing that like fighter pilot.
Yeah,
like-
you're doing your exhale. So you remember your high
Whistling
G
trick?
tricks to do that, which is
Oh, Kamiko knows to do the whistling trick, but she doesn't care.
well, it doesn't really matter about the whistling trick because one of your lungs actually collapses.
Oh, my poor
Oh
dog.
shit!
So you take an injury from that.
That puts my fortune down to 14, correct?
For now until it's treated, yes. And then Barnes,
Mm-hmm.
you feel something pop, like in your
Ooh.
torso area.
Pretty sure that's my
Oh.
stomach.
You're not sure what organ it is, but you don't feel good.
It's a kidney. It's
And
okay. You don't need both
You're
of
quite
them.
concerned, but you don't die right away, so it's maybe not that serious. You're like,
It's a kidney.
I think that might have just been my spleen. Hopefully, it was like even if it's a spleen or a kidney, I'll find out about later. Hopefully, it wasn't my liver or my intestines.
Oh my god.
But
Your appendix.
you definitely just hear like a wet pop in your gut, and you're like, oh, that's not a noise I should be hearing.
Yeah.
And then eventually sort of the equilibrium evens out, and you guys are at a very comfortable 3G for the trip, which means that you can move around at great strain. If you are Earther or you spent time in the Martian Navy, you can probably adjust to movement, though quite difficult. If you're a belter, you're going to want to be strapped to that chair.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay here, guys.
Do we have?
Everything-
I'm gonna grab the auto dock.
Everything
So-
hurts. Sorry.
Do we have someone with medical knowledge on?
Yep.
Yeah, it's me.
Can you talk me through re-inflating a lung?
What?
I mean, it's not it's kind of an emergency, but like, I know you can't move right now, but like,
Okay,
No.
first stop talking.
Yeah, just look. When we get to where we go, I'll try to see what I can do. But right now, I'm busy.
I'm just saying, like, as a temporary hold, how do I re-inflate a lung?
Indy's
Uh,
got the auto dock and is hooking it up to Barnes because
Yeah.
if Kamiko can still talk,
It's not really talking. It's sort of like,
It's a good wheeze talk right now.
yeah.
Um,
So
this is like it's a non-lethal injury right now because you only had one lung deflate, so you don't have a total deflation. The auto dock should mostly help you get it up there with. You don't even need surgery or anything, just a reinflation of it, which is a relatively simple procedure.
I know. Kamiko, no. I mean, I know, but Kamiko also.
Yes.
It's not hard. It's just, I can't do it myself.
It's relatively unpleasant and it involves something being poked into your lung, so that's a little bit not fun. But basically, like the auto dock is cool because it has that like auto like Siri voice that walks you through it. So I'd say that you're probably able to. It's a bit of a struggle, but you're able to fix Kamiko's lung.
Oh, no, you're fixing Barnes first.
mhm.
And doesn't suffocate on the way. Barnes, on the other hand, yeah, your spleen got a little crushed.
Well, we can't do much about that now.
So basically, the auto dock applies like the nanites or whatever it does for healing, and basically it tells you to avoid oily foods for the next like 3 to 6 months.
Like I ate fried foods in the first place. It's fine. Like I could afford fried food in the first place.
Good news, Barnes. You just got prescribed kibble.
Yeah,
Like-
basically.
Boy, kibble. Like I haven't had that all my life.
I thought it was your mama's comfort food for you.
If I could remember my mother, I bet it would have been.
Fair enough.
Somewhere in the distance, Kamiko is like wheezing.
All right. You're not going to die.
Hooray
promise.
me.
It'll just feel like it. I'll be back in a bit. Over to Kamiko to get that
Uh-huh.
lung reinflated.
So
Cyrus,
everybody
hopefully you
on
got
the
the ship
ship.
under control because that ain't something I know how to do.
No, we're good. I still got the ship. We're fine. Just stick a needle and then like push air into it, but like slowly so it doesn't overinflate. I think. I don't know.
Kamiko, Please stop talking.
Wheezing. There's no wheezing.
Okay, so yeah, that little maneuver didn't cost you 54 years. It actually saved you 2 days.
Are we gonna make our bonus?
Hmm?
Are we gonna make our bonus?
Oh no, we're gonna make our
No.
bonus.
Because it's still going to take you 2 days to get there. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, so it's still going to take you a little bit over 2 days to get there, but you basically like half your time to get there. You're probably not going to make your early bonus because it's literally impossible. I mean,
Is
it's
this-
possible, you just wouldn't survive it.
I'm guessing this this also means that our deceleration burn can't be quite as hard.
I mean, it wouldn't matter anyways because your deceleration doesn't have to be as hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking that would slow us down if we have to start breaking sooner.
Yeah. Like, it's just going to take you longer to decelerate than it would before, but yeah, it basically means you have to start from an additional 10 kilometers back on deceleration.
Yes, start breaking sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
Despite Kamiko being the pilot of the ship, he just says like strange car driving words.
And I apologize, Slowpool. I will try not to feed the math physics nerd too hard.
It's okay.
I'm fighting it too.
Math is fun.
Math is not fun. Please stop lying.
That is not fun.
I'm sorry. As an aside, I'm reminded from Third Rock from the Sun, where he basically says like, a bullet is basically just acceleration properties based upon mass and velocity. Guns don't kill people. Physics kill people.
It's true.
Lovely.
The gun helps.
Sir Isaac Newton is the deadliest son of a gun out there in the galaxy right now.
Yes, because he invented gravity. We all know this. Before then, he was just flying around everywhere.
We always. This is you just have to keep it to the law of the second law of motion.
Okay, stop being sciencey, people. You lost me like 10 minutes.
Science. We're in outer space and science fiction, not math fiction.
Exactly. Exactly.
I came here to weeb, not to read.
Okay, so sorry, I'm getting off my math pony right now. Okay, so you guys basically have 2 days to recover and sort of figure out what's going on, what your plan is when you arrive there.
Nico has 2 comments.
Yes.
We
One.
can't talk.
No, they fixed my log.
You're fine. You got 2 days. You got 2
gonna go
days
with
to
it.
recover from it.
I'm gonna
Go with
say
it, though.
that it's probably like having had pretty major surgery. You're a little loopy those first
Oh, yeah,
couple
no,
of days
well,
out of there.
Which is
Like-
why I'm playing Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah on a loop for the entirety of 2 days. And
Yeah,
you cannot make me change it.
Basically, for like those 2 days, it feels like you're trying to breathe through a straw.
Yeah. And you're gonna suffer with me while listening to Jeff Buckley's
It's not
Hallelujah.
So, anyways, you guys have about 2 days or so to come up with a plan for once you get to Eros Station.
Are we going to need
mean-
extra time there for medical care,
I'm
especially
good.
for Barnes?
Don't worry about it.
What you guys, the injuries that you sustained from this do not need like advanced care. The first aid kit that you have on the ship is essentially capable of treating this level. Like, you probably should maybe go see a doctor sometime soon just to make sure nothing other than what you guys looked at, but you're not going to die from this anytime soon.
Okay, so
Cool.
I know that we have to refuel when we get there because we spent all of our fuel to get here that fast.
Yes.
About roughly how much time is it going to take for the ship to refuel?
Shouldn't be more than a few hours.
Question.
Yes.
Captain. Oh, Captain.
Captain, oh, Captain.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to leave here, right? It doesn't matter where we go.
Theoretically, we're supposed to have a place to go after this, you know?
Right, but if we're dropping and running, you don't care where we go, right?
I'm gonna say not series for a little while. I kind of like wearing this hat, and Indy's gonna point to the cowboy hat they wear around the ship.
Yeah, probably not cities, probably not staying on Eros. That's a bad idea. Look, we'll see. You know, we'll take a quick trip out to.
What's the closest station to us? Actually, out of curiosity.
I mean, regardless, we this really needs to be done really, really quickly. The less time we spend in Eris, the happier we'll all be, I'm sure.
I mean, we'll see.
All right, Captain. You call the shots.
We can go by Ganymede. Ganymede's nice. Ish.
What?
No. Why would I go back? Ooh, it has a lot of plants there.
Yes, there's a lot of plants. Good
I know
plants.
nothing about Gamamine. Kamiko knows nothing about Gamamine. Except that it's a station.
Doesn't matter. Just let's focus on getting to Eros. That's the plan to get out of there. Fuel up and leave. It'll take them a while to unload everything.
I mean, the amount of time it will take them to unload could probably be the same amount of time it takes for them to refuel, and then we can get the hell out of here.
Yeah, we can do both of those.
So you do have a lot of options on where to go. In terms of stations.
Okay.
There's I believe the Palace Station in between Ceres and Eros. There's Ganymede, there's Europa, there's Io, there's Rhea, there's Titan. There's a ton of these other little moons. You can go to Tycho Station.
I thought we could go to Tycho Station, but I don't
Yeah, we should go to Tycho Station.
We should go to Tycho Station.
Everyone
I
wants
go
to
to
take a
Tycho.
station.
I would prefer not to go to Taco at just this moment.
Right. I agree with Indy. Kamiko agrees with Indy.
But
But that's mostly just me not being welcome.
I mean,
Ganymede is an option, but it's pretty far out there.
Mhm.
Like, it's a good distance to get to
what's the
Ganymede.
closest thing to us that is not?
Palace Station.
And that's my suggestion.
All right,
Fine,
fine.
Palace.
Yeah, Palace.
Okay.
Gosh, Palace. I guess we better hop online and see what jobs might be coming out of there lately.
So
Good thing to check. Yeah.
you kind of just kill enough time that you finally start your approach towards Aero Station. You call in for clearance from the dockmaster, and he assigns you to a berth on the far side on one of the relatively surprisingly enough, one of the smaller berths, which is a little bit difficult for you to navigate your clunker into.
I'm annoyed.
Yeah, you're annoyed because it is like a pain in the ass to do this. You have to like do like an 18-point turn to get into it.
Yeah, I hate it. Kamiko hates. She's cursing the entire. Like she's cursing and she's doing the thing where she's cursing over the loudspeaker so they know that she's unhappy.
It's just like the worst spot for them to put you. It takes you a good like hour to park it. Like it's just the worst. And
This plan's getting worse by the second.
pray do not alter anything further. You basically finally manage to get your docking clamp placed
Wiggle into
in.
spot.
Yeah, and as you guys get ready, you open the doors, and there's literally just like 30 Grigas dock hands just waiting for you, and they all look pissed.
It's just suspect as fuck.
And then somebody wearing CPM gear comes in, and clearly an earther, just like way too much hair product on, his teeth are like way too white.
So not just an earther, but like a well-off earther.
Hmm.
Yeah, and his uniform is like so starched, you swear you like hear it squeak.
Is he attractive?
In like a creepy sort of what's American Psycho kind of way.
Does
Mhm.
thank you.
Whoa! You just pulled food out of me.
I did. Listen, how smart is Kamiko? How smart is Kamiko?
How smart as can he go?
Oh.
That's a good question.
She's pretty smart. She's not stupid. She's not the
On a
worst.
scale of -2 to 4, how smart would you say she
She's a
is?
2, but like only in social situations.
So, yeah, basically this the CPM mouthpiece comes on board. He's all smiles and handshakes, and you know,
I don't shake his
how's
hand.
it going? Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm glad you guys made it here safely and ahead of schedule too. You didn't quite make the bonus time, but hey, you know that's a tricky one to make.
I tried my damnedest.
But you are here ahead of schedule, and we do appreciate that. You know, I'll definitely pass a good word to the higher ups along the way. You know, wink.
Enough to get us our bonus?
Probably not,
No.
but hey, a good word never goes wrong in the right ears. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy is so corporate, you can smell it on him. Definitely not like CPM officer, but definitely like CPM management or Earth management or something right now. So,
Great.
anyways, we have these contractors. You're going to get these boxes unloaded, lickety split, and I'm assuming that you guys paid special attention to your NDA disclosure. We're just going to have to do a quick check over to make sure none of the seals have been broken and none of the contracts have been voided. And then we can transfer payment and be done with this whole thing.
Can you take this off the ship while you're doing that check? I'm kind of in a hurry, but not really. You just give me the creeps.
It's like, well, I'll apologize about that. I don't know. Captain, yeah. He grabs his clipboard. He's like, all right, well, let's just do a quick inspection here as the boys unload. All right. Crate 1 of 10. He goes through. It's like, so how was the
Because
trip?
that's funny.
Anything eventful happen? Running into any space hitchhikers out there?
I was to find someone to refuel the ship.
I look at him straight in the eye and like sit on a crate. And you know what? It's gonna be the crate with the seal that we made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we just left Sirius, so that was a nightmare.
Oh man, you guys got out there at a good time. What's been going on in the series? Terrible thing. Terrible. That poor Star Helix officer, as a fellow law enforcement professional, my heart goes out to him.
You worried it's not gonna happen here?
Oh, definitely not. Part of our whole employment restructuring plan is new and improved ways of, what's a good way to put it? How the brochure said. Community policing is, I believe, the term that they were using.
I'm gonna roll, if you don't mind,
Yes,
a
absolutely.
communication investigation check.
Okay.
Nice.
That is. I forgot how to count for a second. That's a 15.
15. All right. What exactly are you trying to investigate about this?
Does this man know why this, like, he probably knows this is riot gear. Dude's rich enough. He's slick enough.
He doesn't
Does
know.
he know why this is happening? Is he, like...
He is a party line kind of guy. You get that vibe from him. That,
Mhm.
like, he doesn't buy the party line completely, but he will eat it up and regurgitate it till the cows come home. But you kind of also get the feeling he's a bit of a useful idiot. Like, he's obviously capable enough to get this job, but he probably doesn't know. He knows the piece that he's dealing with, but he doesn't know the big picture of the puzzle.
So what is and I try to coax him out of him by just talking gently
Yeah.
to him.
Mhm.
What does he know?
He gives you the whole company spiel about dynamic restructuring and hiring additional personnel and the security system upgrades that they're going on here, and their new improved alarm systems and their hard radiation shelters in case of accidents, etc., and how like they finally have enough personnel to properly deal with all the population here. Yes.
Miko returns as this conversation is being, as he's giving that spiel, and she sort of like looks at Cyrus, like, come here. Please.
1 second. And I say 1 second, and I say, I don't think you checked those ones yet. And I pointed to a bunch of boxes in a different corner of the hole.
Yeah, he goes over and does his little inspection of them.
Yeah, and Indy will take over and is just asking questions about the new security improvements on station and if he's overseeing any of that. And
Oh yeah, he's definitely the kind of guy who will talk your ear off if you ask him a question.
Oh, good
Oh,
lord.
as long as
Cyrus?
he's not paying attention to the crate.
Yeah.
So Cyrus,
Yeah.
Miko will come over to you and ask,
Uh-huh.
who's paying for all of this?
This?
All of this, these upgrades. This place is a shit show. I know it's a shit show. You know it's a shit show. They know it's a shit show. So why are they spending all this money?
Yeah,
Probably not CPM itself.
on
Maybe it's being held.
on Eros of all places, the murder capital of the galaxy.
They're turning this. Think about it for a second. This is an Earther company. They don't give a shit about skinnies, and they're turning this place into a walking fortress, floating fortress. Walking, floating, flying doesn't matter.
Flying fortress, whatever.
Yeah.
Slightly rotating.
Yeah, it's a slightly rotating fortress.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
No.
Companies
Wow.
do this because they want something. What do they want is the question.
Are you sure we need to leave right away?
Look, Kimiko, I swear, if you say one more word, I'm just going to kick you out of here so you can go see a doctor.
It's my ship. You can't kick me out of my home.
Yeah.
Just go. Just go. That's what you were asking for, right?
I'm gonna wander a little further away from the dock, like towards like regular town.
Okay, and with the amount of manpower that he got, it's definitely like really fast unloading, and these boxes are out of sight off the docks like really quick. Okay, and the corporate mouthpiece, signs a couple things, swipes a couple of things to your PDAs. And it's like, all right, so just send these off to your home office, and payment processing should be done post haste. And anyways, hey, thanks for visiting Aero Station, and thanks for the excellent work. We'll definitely recommend your company in the future. You all have yourselves a pleasant day then. All right, great, thanks. I'll see you later.
I hate that guy.
Yeah. Well, we would say back on Mars, big hat, no cattle.
Do you even have cattle on Mars?
Not yet, but one day.
Soon.
They believe it.
One day it'll be more.
They have a
than
dream.
3D printed meat. Okay, so it is 7:30, so we are going to take ourselves a short break. Just a quick bio break. Grab a drink, grab a smoke if you need it. Whatever it is you would like to do.
After
And
the beef patty.
I think in 15 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes. We'll do a 10-minute break. Quick 10-minute break. So we will see you all in about 10 minutes. Thank you very much. All right, hi, we're back. So, to give a quick recap up to this point, our intrepid crew has successfully delivered their packages, which turned out to be Stolen Star Helix riot gear from Ceres Station to the CPM, or rather the Grigas, on Aero Station. And this is where we will pick things up after the packages have been delivered and you are what appears to be free and clear in the moment. Ooh, so
Clear at the moment.
at the moment.
Question. When you said earlier just now that it was stolen goods, are we sure that we're like that's officially confirmed information?
It's not officially confirmed yet, but you're pretty sure that it wasn't exactly an above the board transfer of all the registered riot gear from Star Helix, especially considered it was in a third-party shipper in unmarked containers handled by gangsters.
I, for one, am certainly not going to ask, hey, is this stuff stolen?
I'm not gonna ask either. I'm gonna go find a bar.
Did this fall off the back of a space truck?
Just
Yes.
found it in the middle of nowhere.
On the space highway, it got robbed by some Honda Civics, and now it's ours.
Legitimate salvage.
Yeah.
Love some legitimacy.
I know how space maritime laws work. I got scavengers' rights.
We're not becoming space sovereign citizens. Thank you very much.
Why not?
I can I perhaps suggest to Kumiko to please don't leave the ship because
I'm gone. I'm already gone.
Don't leave. I'm gone.
Cyrus told me I could go, so I left.
You know what? No, I'm going to follow Kumiko just to make sure she doesn't get so pissed drunk that she can't get back to the ship.
I would never.
I have doubts.
Okay.
Insert the gif from Lilo and Stitch of I would never, ever, ever make more than one here.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the two of you are heading off to a bar.
Not together separately.
No,
but
no. I'm following her.
Right.
I'm being followed. I'm being tailed by my own crewmate who thinks I can't handle my drink. It's fine.
Adam Ali,
you have not given me any confirmation or trust that I feel like you can hang. So yes, I am following you.
Adam Ali, what is El Capitan up to?
Ooh. I think Cyrus is gonna go see if he can check out one of those radiation shelters.
Okay, sure. There have usually pretty much any sort of space station has hard radiation shelters in case of any sort of core meltdowns or any sort of other radiation links, solar flares, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of things that can cause sudden bursts of radiation that will kill people if they're not in a thick concrete lead-lined shelter. So you basically head off the docks towards basically the nearest one. They're heavily marked. They're basically like tornado shelters in Texas. Like they're just everywhere. Yeah. So if you want to go investigate one, you can definitely make me a roll for that.
Yeah, that's a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's an 11, right?
Let me just do this count. Yes. With 4 star points. Excellent. Sweet. So.
11. I don't know how math
works. I don't have 11 fingers, man. I can't count that high. So everything looks like they just sort of been remodeled a little bit, just kind of spruced up and retrofitted and all sort of stuff. But you do know something a little bit curious. It definitely looks like they don't open. Like there's a locking mechanism on the outside, but there's not really a matching locking mechanism on the inside. And you're not entirely sure, like maybe this is just to prevent people from just sneaking in there, like using them for extra storage or hiding out in them or whatever, or getting trapped inside. But it looks like they can
Fridges.
only be securely open from the outside.
They're a refrigerator.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They're like a dangerous 60s lead line refrigerator. You can't really open them from the inside, which is kind of weird because if you're inside, how are you supposed to get out when
You keep kicking the door down.
You wait for
can't-
whoever's on the other side to let you out.
Yeah, it's like good luck trying to kick down like a 7 foot, like a 3 foot thick steel concrete lead door.
Well, I mean, not this.
Yeah.
This is not. I think I'd take a couple pictures, specifically of the lock and anything that stands out.
Yeah. So you use your handheld to sort of get a couple pictures of how it's set up, and basically just so you can grab it for later. And you kind of quickly snap a couple pictures and sort of get out of there before anyone kind of comes back and asks you what the hell you're doing there, because you get the feeling like you're not supposed to be in there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right, so we'll switch tracks to Ulfrig. So India is currently just watching the ship, basically hanging
Yep.
out on the docks.
Babysitting.
Mm-hmm. So as you're kind of just like making sure no one messes with your ship, you don't want to come back to any graffiti on the side. You notice that a bunch of other Grigas, not the crew that unloaded your ship, but like a different group, comes in, and they're all wearing CPM uniforms. And they just sort of are just hassling basically everybody else that's docked there, like working their way down and giving the crews a quick shakedown.
Indy is going to go back inside the ship and grab Beverly, her trusty sidearm from their military days, and just have it sitting there nice on their hips for when they come back.
Okay. So yeah, it doesn't take too long for them to come down. You count a half dozen of them. They're all big, burly, mean-looking gangsta Grigas, and yeah, they come up to you and they sort of saunter off, and they're all just like kind of sneering. It's like, oh, it's a nice ship you got there.
Ain't
Real
mine,
cute.
but she gets me around.
Yeah, surprised it does without falling apart. And they all just kind of laugh. It's like,
Belter engineering at its finest.
they actually kind of think that's pretty funny, and they're just like, you hear Addie howling in the background for that one. Val, got him. They kind of like give a quick laugh over that one, and they're just like, y'all must be worth more if you sold it for scrap than flying around doing jobs with it, huh?
Almost,
the
but it's hard to buy a new one with the piss we'd make out of her.
Somewhere in the distance, Miko feels offended.
Gotta figure a hunk of junk like this ain't worth messing with.
Heard you're talking shit like I wouldn't find out. And you get the feeling you're just waiting for it, and it's like, but I gotta say that yeah, I haven't seen your ship on Aero Station before. You paid your taxes, huh?
All paid up with the proper authorities.
Proper authorities. We use the proper authorities. Yeah, you care?
I'm guessing new hires from the looks of ya.
New hires out on the beat. We be enforcing the laws. And part of the laws is the taxes, huh?
I get that, which is why I'd sure appreciate if you checked in with your supervisor and they could confirm we are indeed properly paid up.
No need to bother the boss man, eh? Boss man know we down here, knows we collecting. Best of you pay up. You know, wouldn't want nothing bad happen to your ship. Is a real beaut, but it doesn't look like it could take much of a licking.
Somewhere in the distance, Kamiko was very upset.
Let's see. There are about 6 of y'all. Yeah. Got some fancy gear there. You ever touched any of it for today?
Tell you what, we don't need no fancy gear to stick you out in the airlock, huh? Maybe you take a quick swim.
So I'm pretty good at holding my breath.
Oh yeah? We'll see how long. We take bets, huh? I want to see a man last a whole minute before his eyes pop out. That was a good one, eh? And they all just kind of laugh.
I
You-
once saw a man shot in the.
I think you maybe beat that by 10 seconds. Someone's like, I give you 20 extra on top of the mid. But maybe it'd just be better for your health if you just decide to do your civic duty and pay taxes.
You know, the funny thing about this riot gear is it looks real simple, but
Sorry to interrupt. They're not in riot
oh,
gear.
okay.
They're
Sorry.
just in uniform. So they look like CPM officers, but they are like neck tattoos and face tattoos and piercings and wild haircuts and stuff. Like, they do not look like professional law enforcement.
Do they have a distinct leader? Is there one who's been leading the conversation?
Yeah, the guy who's been talking to you.
I want to pull some kung fu shit and like lock him up in a way that if he tries to resist, it'll hurt.
Oh, absolutely. You need to make me the attack roll for that.
Okay. How do I do that? As I look at my sheet, because I've just got my pistol in there, but I've got the brawling focus.
Mm-hmm.
So do I just click brawling, or is there?
So your roll for that one would be a 3d6 plus your brawling focus.
Okay. So yeah.
I think if you just click on the brawling thing, it will do the thing.
So 12, 14, 16.
Yeah. There should be some additional, I think you oh, there it is. Perfect.
Plus that's a 6 stunt points right there.
Yeah. So that's 6. I think you're missing a 1d6 on there. Because that's a skill check, not an attack action. So an attack action is 3d6. Oh, the drama dice should be counted in your rolls. Herp derp, thank you. Thank you, producer. So that counts as a 6. So that's 6, 3, 3, 2, and 2. So that's definitely enough to how would you like to proceed on this one?
I would like to take the grappling stunt of pinning this person. And basically I'm like, oh, all right, you got me there. And look like I'm pulling out my terminal to do the transfer or whatever and take a step towards. And as they take a step towards me, I'm just going to grab them by the wrist and the shoulder and take them down to the deck and stand there with kind of my hand on the heel of their neck.
So you successfully managed to get this guy completely by surprise and just send him kissing the metal, and he's like yelling in surprise and pain, which is all well and good until the other 5 Grigas pull out batons and tasers, and you kind of get the feeling that maybe this might have been a bad move.
I'm very good at bad moves.
We're going to pause there and switch to a bar.
Yay, switch to a bar.
So we're on a bar and it is playing some belter tunes, which is a lot of big, heavy electronic thumping bass.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. And you're sitting at your bar, you get your pre-poured drinks. You are I can't remember, what's your origin? Are you
Martian?
You're Martian, so you're used to microgravity drinking,
Yeah.
which can be a little bit tricky sometimes.
I'm an old hat at this, right?
Yeah. All right, so you sit down, you get yourself a couple drinks, and you're just waiting for shit to hit the fan at this point, probably.
So Kamiko is more. So the bar she goes to, can I pitch a bar to you?
Yes.
It's not a shitty bar. It's a relatively nice bar, but like it's still a hole in the wall, but like it's a step up.
You're not at a complete dive.
The people who think they have money go there. Type new bar. Like it's not really fancy, but they think it's fancy because it's nicer than any place they've ever been.
I get you.
And she's gonna order like a drink from the bartender, and she's gonna sit at the end of the bar. She's gonna go the entire. Like she's gonna walk through the entire bar, so she's at the back of the bar. But like the only thing behind her would be technically the kitchen or whatever's like that direction. And she does the thing where she like walks to the bar and like she like gently like drags her finger over the back of every chair she passes them. Like just gently touching everything as she goes.
I mean, most of them ignore you. There's a couple like corpos at the bar, so they're just like kind of like, the hell is this person, whatever. And they're just like, you hear a couple like space trash, blah blah blah, and it's just kind of
yeah.
But you get your drink, and you sort of just sit down.
And I look for the most not important looking person, but like, how would you describe someone who is important but stupid?
I get what you're saying. You're basically looking for a yes man.
Yeah, I'm looking for one of those. Like the doc dude that we just met. But like someone again who just recently got money and thinks that they're showing up by going to this nicer bar.
Okay. You make me a perception roll on that one then.
Okay. Okay. I know how to do it. I have a lot of tabs open. Okay. I just click it. I don't know what these numbers mean.
So you add up the first 3 and then add the 2.
Oh, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's 12.
It's 12. Yeah, I can't do math fast. Sorry.
So you go to 12.
Yes.
Okay. So you see a couple of corpos who are drinking at a smaller table, and they've clearly been putting in work. They've been there for a while, and there's just a big stack of empties next to them, and a mostly chewed through bottle of looks like Martian gin.
Okay.
They're clearly out there celebrating something.
Okay, web captioner. Let's see. How many people? Sorry, how many corporate people are there sitting? Like, are they together?
There's 4. Four of them sitting at the table.
See, I wish I had flirt as a communication skill. It is one. It is a communication skill, but I don't have it.
You can take it next level up.
I have an expression, which is what is it? Specifically, it is conveying thoughts and ideas effectively through words. But I'm gonna use that in a minute. I'm gonna look for the second most attractive one of the 4. Specifically, so okay, this is what Kamiko wants. Before you laugh at me, the idea, so her thought process is the most attractive one will know he's attractive. Huh? Sorry, the most attractive one will know that they're attractive, but the second most attractive one is used to playing second fiddle to the most attractive. Therefore, they are a weak, easy target.
Okay.
Therefore, if I flirt with you, you might be inclined to tell me things because it makes you feel more important than your friend who I'm going to deliberately ignore.
Okay. other than the second most attractive one, is there a preference that you're going for?
No.
No, just whoever's the second most attractive
Whoever
one.
looks like they're second, like they're like the I would be the leader, but this one's in my way. Like I would stab them in the back a second to get power, sort of person. Like
Okay. Yeah. So you definitely like you zero in on the guy that's clearly like liquoring up the person who's celebrating. Like he's the one pouring him. Oh, your glass is empty. Let me get another.
Yeah,
And he's
that
pouring
guy.
him. Yeah. And it is you can tell from here he's definitely an earther.
okay.
And his boss, his like higher up or whatever, recently promoted guy as a belter, and he's clearly just trying to get him like so blasted that he doesn't even show up to work the next day.
Okay.
Like that is the obvious plan. Like you can tell it from like a quick glance that that's his plan.
Okay.
Because the other two are like sipping on drinks, and he's pretending to drink
But he's
as
not.
much, but he's not. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to ask the bartender to send that particular friend a fancy drink
Okay.
with a note that says, "Congratulations on your just congratulations."
Congratulations. Sure. All right. You know.
Like congratulations on your promotion. Congratulations on whatever it is that I think he's. But specifically to him, not to the. And like I want it to be a like really obnoxious, obvious drink.
Yeah.
So like it can't be confused as something that he ordered, something that someone obviously sending you, not
Like,
your friend.
give him like a flaming Lamborghini or something like that. Like give him something just totally over the top. All right.
Yeah.
So you throw a couple credits down, send him over a drink, and he's like, finally people are recognizing my successes. Well, he's overjoyed.
And I'm going to like. Does he know that it came from me?
He's a little bit beyond that point of this.
No, sorry, not the person who's drunk. The second.
Oh.
He gave the drink to the second. Sorry.
Yeah, he kind of just like, you know, like flags over the server who dropped it off. Is like who the hell sent this guy over? This guy's being kind of an obnoxious dweeb the entire time. It's like, oh yeah, person just sat at the bar down there.
I will like hit my head at them and like make with the equivalent of a vaguely amused look at them. Like
he kind of
I want you to come to me. Like I'm not going to walk over to you because you're with your friends, but I'm by myself, so you want to sit next to me.
Yeah,
There's a lot being conveyed via facial expression.
He grins and kind of like dramatically rolls his eye, and you know, pours his friend another drink and like heads over to your way. It's like, so do you know that asshole, or you just think it's funny to get him completely blitzed before he tries to show up to his new position?
I just thought he was having a good time and I wanted to help.
Oh, he's having a great time right now. I mean, I don't think he's going to remember any of it tomorrow, but for now, he's having a good time.
So what are you celebrating?
Oh, he just got promoted to regional manager.
Kamiko also laughs. I laugh. Kamiko laughs. Like she does the like regional manager. Like what does that even mean? Like in like retail? Wait, does retail exist in this universe?
Oh yeah. He's like, oh no, we own most of the pachinko parlors down in the entertainment district. And...
Damn it! I love pachinko.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, our company does the management for most of the pachinko parlors down there in terms of insurance and investing. And yeah, apparently he got the job for managing the entire station about that.
do I think that he has any information about the recent comings and goings on the station? Like, do I think that he has any information about why they think there's going to be a riot on this station?
I mean, he's definitely a good person to probe for that, because if he's associated with the pachinko parlors, and he
Gamblers
probably
talk.
has an ear to the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, like gamblers talk. Gamblers, you ply them with drinks. They tell you things, and then you like, here, put them some credits so they don't think they've lost all their money.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell I've ever done this before. Never mind. What kind would that be a role to figure that out from him? To like probe him for information without.
If you want to sort of probe him for information without him figuring out, that would definitely be a role.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say you would have to make a communication role with that.
Can I argue that it's communication?
Mm-hmm. Unless you would like to try and argue that it's something else.
So Kamiko wants to ask him like about his job and the things that his job does, and like I'm trying to because you said that he has ears to the ground because of his job. I'm trying to like butter him up about work stories and like things he's heard at work and any interesting gossip he's heard from his job.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get what you're trying to say. Like I said, that would be communication, unless you want to sort of argue
for business.
Mm-hmm.
Argue for business is what I want to do.
You want to argue for business? If you want to talk business with him and try and be like, how's business been? How's the pachinko game here?
Yeah, like who's been by?
Yeah,
you know,
it's a little bit different
people?
on series. Like, I'm not don't know if you know who runs it there. How have like the recent like CPM restructuring affected it, and blah blah. And
Yeah,
sort of like segue into that.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Let's do that. Absolutely.
Okay. I always change tabs because I have too many open. Can I do the thing? Oh yeah, I got 3 of the same numbers.
That's a good roll.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Does that mean I get 6 fun points? How many fun points do I get for that? I got 3 threes.
3.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, well, I'm so close to rolling. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that roll.
Not worried at all.
So you start probing, like, oh yeah, like I'm from series pachinko games. They're a little bit different. You know, who's like, oh yeah, that's Aphis Holding. They kind of run a different game from us. Blah blah blah. It's like, oh yeah. It's like, oh, has CPM just sort of their whole security system? It's like, oh man, they keep like shutting us down and doing reorganizing, wiring new security cameras up like that. They're putting security cameras everywhere.
They're putting security cameras in your hall?
I mean, we already have them in the hall, of course.
But no, sorry. I'm specifically asking, is CPM adding ones that are for CPM into your gambling hall?
No, but they're tying into our systems.
Ah.
It's, of course, we have a deal with the station where we can't really say no.
It's fair.
But the matter is that like they have to keep turning off, like cycling the entire grids and stuff. So we're losing tons of hours of play on this.
How long have they been doing this?
Oh, they've been setting this one up for weeks now.
So I just got here,
and
when I noticed some interesting characters working for CPM. Are those some new hires?
He's like, oh God, yeah.
The wiring type.
Those aren't the guys who they sent to do the wiring. They got some good techs, some earth techs, I think. Yeah, I think they're earthers. They got some real wizards with the gear that they got. Like they get a system that would take the belters a week to set up, and they get it done in 2 hours. Like, I have no idea how they got the money to afford to do this.
Are they still here?
They're still. I'm not sure where they're setting up right now, but they're still like I said, they are wiring the whole station. It's insane the amount of work they're putting into this. I don't know where they got the funding from.
Yeah, someone's spending a lot of money. Don't know who. And I smile charmingly at him and like extract myself from the conversation, but like not subtly, like not subtle at all.
Okay, so we're gonna go switch over to
I'm Stalker.
your stalker.
My teammate
What's Barnes up to right now?
I mean, for the most part, Barnes has just been kind of leaning against like a wall somewhere, like just making sure that Kumiko isn't going to freaking embarrass herself in front of a whole bunch of people.
Faith.
And he's
trust.
There is no faith or trust. I don't trust. And I mean, admittedly, I'm just like, vibing over here to this sweet ass belter music. I didn't like it when I first heard it, but out here you kind of get used to it. But for the most part, I'm not even like obviously flat out like staring at her. It's more of she's like in my peripheral. And like I said, like the important thing is because I know for a fact she's the freaking pilot. I don't want her to get into some kind of trouble because we need to get the hell out of here. But obviously she's over there sweet talking some freaking suit. So it's fine.
It's funny that you should mention her getting into trouble. Because you basically, as you're sitting, sort of just keeping an eye out in the periphery, you basically get like shoved past as two burly guys in CPM gear kind of just pointing at her and be like, "Hey, that's the rocket jockey, yeah? Both men says we gotta grab her and hold her for a minute."
Miko's confused.
And they start shoving their way towards Kumiko.
Is this before or after I started leaving the bar?
This was like as you're talking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a door behind me?
Well, as you get up and sort of see them coming, you look for a back door.
Like a door to the kitchen.
Like, there's not really a kitchen here.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine if there isn't.
I mean, since they just like walk right past me and I see that they're basically kind of making a beeline for her, I'm kind of like immediately sneaking up behind them.
Yeah, so yeah, you kind of look for a means of escape, but you realize that, oh yeah, it's a bar on arrows. They're kind of shaped like U's. There's really like yeah.
Cool.
And they kind of point at you and be like, Oi, pilot, you're supposed to be coming with us now, yeah?
I do the like, me?
They're just like, yeah, let's go. You either come easy or we put you down hard.
I'm trying to wait, it's a U-shaped bar, so they came this way.
Like I say it's you as in like, it's just like a bar that's like cut into the rock.
Oh, okay. So not like I could back away and go around the other U and keep them away from it.
It's not like a U, like a silhouette. It's like a concave shaped bar.
I didn't take my wrench with me. It was poor forethought on my
But you have nature's wrench, a bar stool.
I know.
Well,
specifically, I'm wondering if Kamiko's the kind of, like, how does smoking work in space?
Smoking?
Yeah.
You generally try not to smoke in a
Station, okay.
oxygen-rich, closed environments.
Okay, no, I was checking if that was still how this was gonna go. How crowded is this bar? Like, how much space do I have?
It's kind of crowded, but like you have like limited room to maneuver. Like you don't think you could football deke them out and move around them. It would be pretty tricky to do that.
And do I think the corridor is more open space?
Definitely less open space, but it's a straight line without as many people or chairs or tables in the way.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, and I'm gonna start going. I'm gonna like inch past them. Like I'm like going out of, and they're following me. Like keep and then as I cross the threshold, I just want to punch him in the face. I just want to just turn around, like lean into it, punch the closest one to me in the face.
Before Kubiko can do that, can I go ahead and just say that I already prepared my trench knife? And basically, like when she is going to make this like agreement that okay, she's just gonna follow along, I basically just like roll up and punch one like square in the face.
But only when they get past the door, because the guy. So my idea is that I'm going to make a run for it. I'm going to punch you and run.
Do you
Well,
give do you give Barnes like the Star Wars nod?
Yeah, like I like cross the door. Like it's just like I see you, you see me, you take
Like
that when I
as
take
you're
this
walking
one.
out, you look at Barnes, you're like, gives you the Star Wars nod back.
Yeah.
And
like-
Kimiko, because she's a dirty cheat, will turn around and not punch the guy. She'll turn around and kick the dude in the balls.
Just give him a quick knee in the nuts. Yeah. Okay. I will count this as a surprise action, so I will
Okay.
go Kimiko first for an attack roll.
Is it an attack roll or a fighting roll? I have a question. I don't know how that works. How does
You're
that
gonna basically roll your brawling, yes. If you have.
No, I'm saying I don't have brawling. I just have fighting.
Then just roll fighting. That's
Okay.
what you roll.
Oh, 2 more 6s. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yeah, you. Let me just do some quick math on here.
And this is 6 more fun points, right?
Yeah. Okay. Barnes, I need you to make me
4, 5. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've been counting this one. So let me.
Yeah,
go
so
back.
if you
2,
want
5,
to use a stunt, you have 2 points to use for a stunt.
5.
If you want to use a melee combat stunt or something like that.
I might hold on. Not right this second. You can continue on, like not right this second.
Yeah.
I kicked them in the balls and I'm running.
Okay, so Barnes, your turn.
Yep.
Make your melee roll for. Are you going to do a sucker punch to the back of the head, or
Yeah, pretty much.
okay? You're just kind of using the trench knife for like the brass knuckles.
Pretty much.
Nice. Give me the old Todd Bertuzzi. 4, 8, 10, 12, 15. All right. That's not.
I should have taken brawling, but oh well.
You have 3 points. Are there any 3 stunt points? Is there any stunts you're going to use for your brawl?
I'm checking it right now. I believe that's a melee stun I can use, right?
Yeah.
Since we're basically about to just run, I'm gonna go hamstring.
Hamstring.
Yep.
All right. What's that one do again? Can you just give me a quick description of that one?
Cumulatively reduce your target speed by 3 for the rest of the encounter. It is if it's reduced to 0, they become restrained for the rest of the encounter and cannot move.
Okay, so basically, like as Kamiko turns around, just gives this guy the old knee to the nuts. You leap out of your bar stool and just with your trench knife knuckles, you just clock this guy in the back of the head. And as he's sort of falling down, you just stomp on his ankle to make sure that
Aw.
he can't follow you.
Gotta be sorry.
And you two just book it down the hallway back to your ship.
Damn right we are.
I bolt. Like, I don't even look behind me to see if Barnes is following me. I just assume that he's
You're
fine.
just gone.
Well,
Okay.
I believe in my teammates, and I believe that he is fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna yell, "You're fucking welcome." She's running away.
Okay.
Stop talking, more running.
All right. Cyrus.
You see your teammates running past you.
The only safe one.
Basically the only safe one.
You see your teammates running past you.
Yeah, sorry. So you were where were you again? I'm sorry, just
Radioactive shelter.
I had left the shelter.
you left the shelter. So as you leave the shelter and you're like, all right, I guess what next? You see Kimiko just like skid around the corner, hit the wall, and like book it towards you, followed closely by Barnes.
Don't
What?
touch it, just
I'd
run.
be like, go!
Yeah, I was like,
the
don't
hell
touch
is
it, just
this?
run.
Let's talking more running.
I like put my back to the corner of the corridor and just like hunch down, looking like it's none of my business.
Thanks, Captain.
And then like you see a CPM just like round the corner, and then like a second later another one limping. And just be like just pointing at you, just be like, he's one of them too, get him. And you see them pull out their truncheons and they just like make their way at you.
I pull out my pistol and like point it square at him. None of my business, none of your business. Gun beats truncheon.
Yeah, they kind of just like
But you put a gun to a knife fight? Nice. I like the way you think.
just like, really? So they stop, and you're feeling pretty smug until three more round the corner with rifles.
Have I realized that he's not following us?
Can I do a communication check to see if I
Yes.
convince them that I'm not part of them? Just like, I will walk away, you go ahead.
You can try that,
Uh-huh.
but first make me a perception check.
Of course.
So that is
6 stunt points.
14. With 14, you recognize that at least one of them was unloading the boxes on the docks. She can try and convince him. Maybe the guy doesn't remember.
Yeah. I mean, let's see if I have a social stunt for this moment.
Actually, there is a social stuff for this moment. It's called what is it? I saw it earlier. I was gonna use it.
I think there is one. I can't remember for the life of me what it is, but there is one.
No, it's the one where like they don't know where you are.
Okay. So I look around and I am gonna try and pull it out. But I'm gonna use a stunt called Sway the Crowd. I'm gonna spend 2 points.
Okay.
Your words affect one additional person of your choice. You may choose this stunt multiple times, but if someone opposes your test, you can't expand to this affect anyone with a higher ability plus focus than the original target. So if I do succeed, I'm going to try and convince that person too using Sway the Crowd. I
Okay.
think that's what we're going to go for.
Okay.
So communication check. This is going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So what are you trying to convince sway them to?
Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone. You can get on to whatever you want to get onto.
Okay. And this is an opposing check. Hold on. I have the wrong dice out. There we go. An opposing check. And they're just kind of like, no, like you can definitely tell in the faces that like some of them are just like, I really don't feel like getting shot today. And then basically one of them in the back was like, damn shame them got away, huh? Guess we're gonna have to go look somewhere else, like on the docks in a minute. And he just kind of like shoulders his rifle and walks off, and the other one just kind of grumble and head off after them.
I wait like I take a breath before they're out of sight. I take a breath and then I just go right to the docks.
Yeah. So, flashback to the docks. Where we left one brave Martian currently about to get pummeled by 5 Rigas.
You're stormtroopers, it'll be fine.
I think where I'm standing on the deck, I look up at them and just like twist his shoulder a little bit so that he squeals.
Yeah.
And say, all right, y'all, here's how this can play out.
He squeals in a manly gangster kind of way.
So y'all can come at me and I'll dislocate his shoulder. And that'll hurt a shit ton. Believe me, I've had it done before. It ain't a whole lot of fun. And oh boy, I know how much fun those things are to heal here on station. I'm gonna guess as new signees, you haven't got your health benefits yet. Or y'all can walk away. I can let your friend hear up. We can forget about them extra taxes. And we all just can go about our day. 'Cause you can beat the shit out of me, but his shoulder's still going to be hanging there. And let me tell you, when they're dislocated, that arm, it just sits on the deck and it just starts flopping.
I'm going to say that you need to make a communications roll for this to try and convince.
This is not going to go well.
You're trying to bluff. You're outnumbered and you're trying to bluff a bunch of.
I am trying to bluff them. Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not
12.
bad. That's 12. You gotta do it's an opposing roll, so
Yep.
Fine.
they ain't buying it.
Wow.
Yeah, they're just like, he's got 2, break 1, huh? And it's like, how about we break both your legs in return?
Oh well.
And then one of them like pulls out a gun and it's like, how about both the kneecaps instead? I think that's a fair trade. You don't want to pay taxes? That's fine.
All right. I know what I'm beat. Gonna let him up. Are they together? Are they clumped tight? Are they?
They're kind of like around you. Like they kind of like went around you.
Gonna let this guy up. I'm gonna kind of haul him up. I'm going to shove him into one of his friends and make a run for the ship.
Okay.
Believe in your brawling skills.
I'm not gonna make that a brawling one because I'm just gonna make that a dexterity because you're running.
Okay.
You're basically trying to outrun them.
Oh, that's a 5.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
This is fine. This is fine.
Yep.
That's a.
How long ago? How far away? How long ago in the past is this happening?
They're basically all of these events are basically happening like concurrently almost.
So,
So
if I
we're
ran
basically
past,
about to show up.
so I could, in theory, flying tackle someone.
Yeah, because I was about to say
Okay.
you go and turn to like you shove him and go to run, but one of them obviously knew this was going to happen and just kind of steps around and just grabs the back of your like coveralls or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, your brave pilot and intrepid engineer around the corner, and they're just like, "Get to the ship!" And at this point, everyone kind of just like stops what they're doing and turns to look at them. So, yeah, Kumiko, you're the first one to reach this group. What are you?
So I don't stop running. Like I see them. So they're like in a U shape, and one of them has Indy, right?
Yeah.
Is the one that has Indy? Is there people behind? Is there someone behind that person?
No,
Are they
because like
facing me?
because like one guy got shoved and he kind of like went back with like 3 of them, and
Okay.
then 2 of them basically like got missed by the shove, and then one of those 2 grabbed Indy.
Okay, so I want to going for the not person grabbing Indy, but the other person standing. Miko's going to run, step on our friends that are on the ground because they're in my way and I can't go down, and just like football tackle the other one.
Okay.
I would like this to be a dexterity roll because I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm just using my general speed.
Yes, absolutely. You can make this a dexterity roll.
Like I'm just going really, really fast.
I am speed.
9.
Okay, so yeah. So basically you step on someone's hand and maybe someone's face, you're not sure, and just like leap into this guy and just sort of like
I grab him around his neck and like clothesline him.
hit
I don't
him,
weigh that much.
hit him with an RKO out of nowhere.
I don't weigh that much, so it doesn't really hurt, but it's enough, the momentum is enough to knock him to the ground, and I like stumble to like a roll, pop up like a weasel, and I'm like,
I'll basically say you can probably stunt that with a 3 stunt point.
okay.
That basically you basically like use people's body to launch off and like
Yeah. And I would
mid-air just like tackle into and just
And I
kind
would
of
like
hit
to
the ground
say-
running.
As the heiress of a rich parent, that my parents definitely signed me up for gymnastics.
There you go. Okay, so you
I
managed
got
that.
used to-
So,
yeah.
Indy, I need you to make me a quick dexterity check.
Okay, dexterity. 14 plus
is-
4 stunt points.
That is enough. So you luckily do not get knocked over as Kumiko just comes like flying past. Followed by Barnes. Barnes, what are you doing?
Okay, so let me just like ascertain. So the person who had the handgun is already kind of like knocked over, so he's kind of like not really pointing that at anybody, right?
Yeah, you can ascertain that like the guy with the handgun was one of the 3 who got knocked over with the shove, and like the gun like kind of got knocked out of his hand, so it's sitting loose.
Okay. But there's obviously still one other person who is like still standing.
Yes.
So obviously the whole idea is to just do the good old fashioned jumping knuckle duster punch, like
Go
straight to the
flying
head.
Superman,
just
Superman
come
punch.
with like a flyby Superman punch. All
Yeah,
right.
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm gonna say that would probably be a brawl, fighting, or dexterity roll. Probably a fighting roll. So,
Yeah, no,
Yeah, so make me attack on that one.
I'll do it. Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll
Go
do
time.
it again.
You're at nothing.
That is enough. So yeah, so Kumiko uses her gymnastics, her childhood gymnastic training. Thank God you didn't learn to play the piano.
No, gymnastics and the violin.
to take out one guy, then followed by Barnes, who just like jumps over the crowd and just Superman punches this guy in the chin, who basically just like goes down and like there's like a clatter of teeth and he's down. And then like And you're kind of just like, what the? And as this happens, your brave captain rounds the corner to the docks, and you get to see this giant mess.
How many of the shakedowners are still up and walking?
None. Three of them are trying to get back up. They kind of got a little bit tangled up. Two are like, one is like out, and the other one is like trying to get up, but he's a little bit dazed.
Or any of them reaching for the gun?
No, like I said, like the three of them who are all tangled up are just trying, or like 3 or 4 of them who are all tangled up are just trying to like pick themselves back up.
Less talking, more ship getting, and Nico's gonna go for the
Yeah.
ship.
Do I have time to just not even run, just to walk over onto the ship?
No,
Real
you definitely don't have time to walk.
I'm going to shoot at one of them who is on the ground.
Kamiko's left. Kamiko's gone for the
Okay.
ship.
You can. Is this just like a warning shot?
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
so you can definitely like blast a warning shot at like whoever's like trying to reach out towards the gun. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just all going to stay down now, yeah? And then I
You just kind of look at each other and just kind of like nod.
briskly walk over, grab the gun, and go up onto the ship.
Yeah. And you just just like, my chief.
And over the comms here, Kamiko say, less talking, more ship getting. And
Try
like
sucking on ice. And then I close the ship door.
Mm.
But no, Indy's not in. Indy and Barnes aren't inside yet.
I mean, I'm assuming at this point.
We would have gotten in.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Had more than enough time to get on, and Barnes
Okay.
was right behind you.
Shots were fired. That has escalated beyond the stick around and duke it out phase.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I punch people. I don't do shooting.
It's
I do
true.
too.
I wield a giant wrench, and when in doubt, I will just smash your kneecaps in with it, but I currently don't have it.
Okay, so you basically like you get in, you strap yourself into the pilot's chair, you're like, hello, Aerostation Commands, this is Aurora. We're getting the fuck out of here.
It's been lovely. I'd say it's lovely being here, but that'd be a lie, so let's not end our relationship like that. Let's hope I never see you again. Thank you and goodbye.
Hold, Aurora. This is Aeros docking. You are not cleared for exit at this moment.
Yep.
Sir, we can either exit the nice way, or we can not exit the nice way, and you'll be mad.
Again, this is Aeros docking. You need to, or Aeros Tower. You need to hold. You're not cleared for docking. The lane's not clear yet.
How long until the lane is clear?
I mean, there's another ship just entering, so you need to wait at least an hour for them to.
Yeah, no, nope. Remember how earlier I said, when in doubt, I'll just hit you with my ship? This thing is old. It's busted. It's not that great. It's a Honda Civic. It's a Honda Civic minivan. It can take a couple
Are
hits.
you just gonna like pull out of the clamps?
I'm gonna wait for my captain to say otherwise, but I'm gonna start the I'm not kidding. You let us go and see who plays chicken and see who calls bluff first.
Yeah. So it's your call on that one, Captain.
Right. I wanted this to happen.
So wait for the lane to be cleared, which could take up to an hour, or play chicken with another starship.
I turn on the comm and I say, due to circumstances outside of our control, we're leaving whether you like it or not, and whether I like it or not. So, good luck. Go ahead, do it.
They're
I
just
turn off
like,
the comm.
Ship Aurora, please hold the docking lane's not clear. The hell?
Try to not hit it, you know?
Yeah,
Go
I'll do my level best to not hit the other ship.
So it's a little bit easier to fly out of this because at least you get to go straight. You don't have to back end. So
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah, there was another freighter trying to get into the dock. So you basically are face to face at the entrance to the docking, which is like a large cutout of the rock itself.
Hmm.
And you're face to face with like a freighter like barreling in.
Can I use? Okay, so one, is this going to be a roll for me to dodge this?
Yes.
You guys, my auto success
Obviously.
to dodge this.
Oh, clever.
And basically you're getting like wide range blasted by both like Arrow's tower and the ship. What's this ship called?
Or
No, their ship.
Borealis.
No, not your
Borealis.
ship.
No, Borealis is the other ship.
Um
Okay.
The Donna Reed.
Donna Reed.
To the Donna,
basically-
Donna
yeah.
Reed.
you see like quickly approaching like the main view window is the frigate, which just has shellac like sprayed on the front of it with like a cartoon figure of a person like hammering a nail into a tile. You have no idea what that's all about. And they're basically like wide range blasting you like, get out far away, we're bigger.
I'm yelling back at them. I got this. I got this. Don't worry. Just keep going straight. Don't worry. I'm literally like.
So like basic maritime, I wouldn't even say etiquette. Shipping rules state that the larger vessel always has the right of way.
Correct.
That's just how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically screaming at you to get out of the way. Because,
And I'm trying to duck. And I'm just trying to duck.
and you know, aero stations, Arrow's tower screaming at you. Anyone who's looking at the monitors is likely be screaming because you have a ship that's roughly twice your mass barreling towards you.
And no, like I'm going. So Kamiko's plan is if they're coming straight at me and I'm in the thing, I'm going to come straight and like I'm going vertically down.
Yeah.
Like so, if they keep going straight, they should pass over me as I am going down.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, just keep going straight. Do not worry about me. I got this.
So you yell out for everyone to sort of either strap in or hang on,
Yeah.
and you do a hard maneuvering burn. Like normally this would be, so I'm glad you used your automatic success because this would have been a hard one to pull off. And you do a straight
45-degree angle.
Z-axis down.
I don't know what that means, but sure.
You have X, Y, and then straight up and down is Z on a 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do a straight Z-axis drop and just go immediately below it. As the ship just like barrels over you, and you pop up just in time to miss the entryway, or the entrance of it, and you get a couple warning rings from your sensors as your ship gets scorched by the passing engines.
Don't worry about it. We're
The
fine.
shellac. But you do manage to zip out of the docking bay of
It's fine.
Arrows.
It's fine. Don't see. And I call back to Arrow. See, it's fine. I got this. You were worried for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about your clamps. Goodbye. And like I just start like I said, hope I never see you again. Like I'm just like witty.
And you just
I
like
leave.
they're like Arrow's tower is still just like cursed. You have never heard Belter Creole used as creatively before.
And I'm just like, why are you like just your language?
I get the feeling.
Is your mother with this mouth?
Everybody's
just
looking
go
at
over-
Barnes is like, what are they saying? And Barnes is like, you don't want to know.
So we
I know,
just like
I know
just like
they're cursing me.
Okay. I just turn off the communications. That's enough.
I'm upset.
You should be. They're very mad.
Yeah, well, they should have let me leave.
And as you're kind of just like breathing a sigh of relief, you kind of get out of range of Arrow Station, and your scanners manage to pick up just briefly a small explosion behind you on the station.
I didn't do that. That's all I said. I didn't do that. I had nothing to do with that. You can't provide the shit.
Then how on earth did you get so many CPM after you?
Look, I didn't do shit. Don't like I just went to have a drink with some friends and it was fine.
I'm sorry, Captain. That was on me.
No, I'm not talking about those ones.
Wait, what?
I'm going to approach the captain. And I'm like, Cap, look, Kumiko was, I don't know, sweet talking some guy or something out or something another, and these freaking burly ass dudes just showed up and talking about that's it's like that's one of them, and then went to go apprehend her. I caused I caused the fight. I punched somebody. I made the distraction to allow Kumiko to run. It's I was doing it for they were going to apprehend her.
I may have punched someone as well, but like it was in self-defense. I did nothing wrong.
You didn't punch them, you kicked them in the balls.
I did nothing wrong. I'm not gonna one up
I didn't say you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just saying, yeah, you might as well give credit where credit is due.
Do you know why they would after you?
I mean, I haven't done anything recently that you can prove to anyone.
Like I
That
said,
answer is not helpful.
like I said, all they said was that's one of them. They knew. I mean, I am assuming they know they know who she was. They didn't see me, so I mean, I'm honestly completely surprised that they didn't chase you down because honestly, Cap, we ran right past you. They were chasing us. How did you escape? Not get caught.
Oh, I aimed the gun at them.
Oh, I should buy one of those days when I actually have money.
And
I buy a gun when you're rich.
Indy, I'm assuming yours was just a normal shakedown.
Yeah, Captain, I'm sorry. I must have fucked it up somewhere. I thought I could just, do the usual, threaten one of them, and the rest of them would back off. But they were a little tougher than that this time.
Yeah. The whole presence on the station is upped. There's something very wrong about the scenario.
There, I said they were new hires for CPM.
I'll divulge my information about them installing new cameras all over the place.
If that
New
explosion
cameras.
wasn't us, I don't think anything's good happening to them new hires.
I don't think anything's good happening to Eros.
As you guys are discussing this,
Shit.
something on your scanners is picking up a closed beam shortwave transmission aimed at your ship, but it's not a communication beam.
Uh-oh.
It's a coded activation signal of some sort.
Nope. You can't make me take that.
You don't have to take it. It's not a communication or anything. It was someone sent a signal into your ship, at your ship, targeted at your ship specifically.
Like would you say like a shooting solution of some sort?
Nope.
It's
basically, a signal to remotely activate something.
Oh,
Cool.
great.
Check the ship systems.
I will
all of
check the
them.
systems. I will. Yep. I'm already doing that.
I'm heading to engineering to check the bulkhead right now. I'll be
And
there.
I think that is a good time to call it
All right.
with that.
That's fine. We're fine.
I mean, I would love to keep going, but we're gonna go for a 9 o'clock stop, and we're just about there.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that was episode 1 of Churn and Burn. So
That was episode 1?
That was episode 1.
Listen, I did nothing wrong, and you can't prove a goddamn thing.
Hashtag Kumiko did nothing wrong. That's going to be just our running theme for this one. So, okay, so we are live again here tomorrow. The same bat channel for Lancer and Saturday for Dragon Age. And we are going to be doing our outros. And so, where we can find you, what you're up to, anything you would like to promote. And then we'll start off with Amani.
Oh, hi. So I'm Imani. I normally am here on Saturdays playing running Emberwind, but we're just finished our season finale. You can find that all mostly on YouTube. Sometimes I stream on Twitch. I am Margaret Catter TV on Twitch. I make games under Margaret Catter on itch.io. I am Margaret M. Catter Dev on Twitter. I do too many things on too many places on the internet.
Perfect. Next up, we have Hicks.
Well, once again, my name is Hicks. You can find me over at Twitter at whiskey_Hicks. I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't really have any projects in mind. I'm still writing a book, sadly. So yeah, when that ever comes out, maybe I'll tell you about it. But that's all I got going on.
Excellent. Next up, we have Ulfrig.
Hello, I go by Ulfrig. It is very hard to find me on the socials because the only one I do is Discord. So if you join the beautiful Discord that I assume is going, oh, you can't see my hand, that I assume is being put up somewhere in the lovely sidebar, you can find me there. Otherwise, I have a run coming up on Cast of Many Things, their Adventures in On3All series, where I play a lawful good halfling rogue, if you can imagine such a thing. I know. She's adorable. Her name is Bernie. She's got 3 beautiful children. She'll tell you all about it. But that's what I'm up to these days.
Nice. Awesome. And lastly, we have Adam Ali.
Hey, my name is Adam Ali, also known as Werewolf Fields, and my pronouns are he, him. You can find me online at Werewolf Fields on the Twitter or Instagram, or just those two, really. I'm a TTRPG writer, cultural consultant. You can find me tomorrow on the Asians Represent channel at 7 p.m. Eastern, where some fellow Asians and I are going to sit down. We're going to talk about Star Wars and representation within it. We're really excited to for the wrap up. Other than that, you can find my writing work in Jiangxi, Blood in the Banquet Hall, which succeeded marvelously at Kickstarter and I think is still available for pre-order. And beyond that, just follow my Twitter. You'll find so much stuff there. Go there. Don't stay here. Go there.
Yeah, go there. And I am Slowpool. You can find me on Twitter at the Slowpool, which I'm relatively inactive. You can also find me on Twitch at Slowpool, in which I am never on. You can also find me here on this channel where I'm running the Expanse and possibly something else in the future. Also, you can hire me if you need a web dev because God, I need work. Anyways, thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all so much for viewing, and we will see you soon with the next episode. So, everybody, we're rating the Nora Enigma. So, thank you very much. Everybody wave goodbye!
Bye.